Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Warrior Babe here. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Welcome to all new and returning subscribers. Thank y'all for being here. So as per the title of the video, you already know what we're going to talk about. And I do feel as if, the majority of my audience is African, and I feel like this is something that we all have an opinion on because this is the reality for the majority of us. Alright, so let's get into it. The question is child abuse or disciplining your kids. Right off the bat, I'm just gonna go ahead and say I was whooped thoroughly. I was flogged thoroughly, and now that I even think about it, don't they also flog us in school? That's another thing we're gonna talk about. So I was flogged thoroughly, and every time I talk about it, I always talk about how I deserved it because I was a troublesome child. And to an extent, I guess that's correct, but I also, getting older and just thinking more about the subject, I feel like that is an excuse. At the end of the day, I'm a child. Children don't really know any better. Kids are not supposed to, automatically know right from wrong. So it's like, yeah, I was a kid and I was messing up, but there could have been other ways for you to, correct me or whatever. Anyways, I just started off giving my opinion. A lot of people do say, whooping. Why am I saying, so much? Do I always say so much? Sorry, y'all. Thinking out loud. Excuse me. So, as I was saying, a lot of people tend to say, my parents whooped me, so I end up good. And for a long time, that was my reason. I was like, the reason was that I'm good because I was such a bad child was because of the whoopings, and that got me straight into action or whatever. And to an extent, yes, whooping the child it's not even necessarily going to make the child make better choices. It might just make the child make good choices in front of you. So if the child knows you're not going to catch them, then they're just going to do it behind your back. And I feel like that was the kind of child I ended up being. After all the whoopings, yes, I got my act straight. I was like, I don't want any more whoopings. I added to the one that they'd be giving in school. So I was like, let me just act right, be the first. I was the first child, so you can understand how, as the first child who is a girl, I had no space to mess up. So they flooded that nonsense out of me, and at some point I was being strategic. Okay, I'm going to be this good child, and not to say I was oh my god bad child, but I was a good child. I followed the rules, I obeyed, I respected, I whatever. But at the end of the day, I knew when the time came and I wanted to do what I wanted to do, I was going to do it. It's like, yes, I was giving some kind of eye service because honestly, if you know me, and the majority of African parents are like this. African parents are strict, and a lot of times we are in this reality where if we even want to have fun or whatever, we have to sneak out. And trust me, yes, I was sneaking out. Yes, I was whatever, but that's because I also needed to have a life outside of just being my parents' perfectly molded child or whatever. That's a different topic. But where does this disciplining become child abuse? Thinking back, I don't think there was any beating experience that I would go back now and I'll be like, oh my god, my parents were oh my god. But I see videos on Twitter and I'm just like, are you guys serious? People really be going in, and that honestly scares me. But when I think about it, I'm trying to remember what it looked like with my parents beating me all those times, and someone else might look at that and be like, yo, that is abuse, And the question is really, where do we draw the line? Where is it, okay, I'm disciplining my kids because they don't listen to my words and you just doing the most? And I think as a culture or as a race, we have not figured that out yet. And as we keep progressing, in these modern times now, no one wants to beat their kids, or most parents don't want abuse on their kids. And some parents might be like, no, this is just me disciplining my kids. And other parents might be like, no, you're actually abusing that child. So we need to come up with this, with the standards, which is which. And I don't think we're ever gonna get there. I don't think it's black and white, easy topic, whatever. You know, every kid is different. Let's also talk about that. Some kids, you really just speak and they got you. They listen. It's like you don't even have to talk too much. I feel like after a while, that's the child I became. After all the flogging, all you had to do was tell me something, and I would just rest and do it. My sister, my little sister. If you have me on any social media, you've probably seen her. My sister. Oh ma'am, she is going to say her mind, do do whatever she wants to do. Like you can discipline her. You can take. My mom loves taking away her phone. That's her punishment. My mom would take her phone away from now till December, and my sister will still do the exact same thing. Like some kids, they really just don't care. And so the question is, so how do you discipline a kid like that? That's why some parents resort to the heavy beating, but I don't know, y'all. I don't know. It's like it's such a tough topic that at the end of the day, I honestly just think it comes down to you and your family, and that's really bad because some families, bad to say it, they do take it too far. They do end up abusing their kids. So who is the person to now come in and tell them, yo, you need to stop? And you just gotta have a good community that can tell you that please, you're doing too much or you're not doing enough or any of that, and try to be treated the way you wish to be treated as a kid. You know, I think about it now, and before, like I'm telling you, like a year or two ago, I would be like, yes, I'm going to discipline my kid because I was disciplined and look how I turned out and blah blah blah. But then the longer I thought about it, I was like, the first question was, do I even have mind to put my hand on anybody, talk less of my own child? And I was just like, I really don't. And I started thinking about it, what if my parents had just talked to me? What if all the times I was acting up was just an attention seeking play? Like if they had just came and talked to me or whatever, or maybe even tried harder. Let it be that they exhausted every single step before it came to them putting their hands on me. And I feel like that's the kind of parent I want to be. It's not necessarily the kind of parent that everybody wants to be, because sometimes that one smack, maybe they will get their head on straight. But I think about it, the kind of person that I am, I wouldn't want to lay my hand on my child. So I'm going to make the effort to figure out different ways for us to come to an agreement rather than just smack. And so it depends on you. How do you want to be treated? How did you wish your parents treated you? Is there something that you think they did bad that you can do better? Like, think about all those things, especially when you're bringing a new life into this world. Like, you don't want to bring a kid and whoop, and then they get they're like traumatized for life. You also don't want a kid that is spoiled, that they always think that shit needs to be handed down to them. So honestly, like, being a parent is hard on its own, and you know, you got to figure out, not everybody can figure out like the right way, and there's really no right way to doing things, but just make sure the way that you choose is in the best interest of that child. I'm sorry. A lot of us now are like, oh, you know, they beat us and we're good, but last when you deep it, you see that something is not really that good. Like, everything is not good. So yeah, that's I've given you guys my opinion, lecture, and everything all in one. But that's honestly how I feel about the that's honestly how I feel about the topic. It's hard to choose which is which, and sometimes in clear instances you can just tell based on your standards. Some people might look at something and say that's not abuse. I can look and say that's abuse. So depends on you. It's a very touchy topic. Everybody has an opinion, but I just hope that we can all move forward knowing that when it comes to the child, we should always try to do our best to do what's best for the child. Forget about you. This is not about you anymore. That's a whole human being. So you gotta, that's your priority. So yeah, if you guys have any questions or comments or anything you want to add, just add them down below so I can read your thoughts. That is all I have for today. Oh, I would like to say you guys should send in questions, because I'd like to do a questions video in the coming years. So send any questions that you have for me to answer. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time on Worry Babe. Bye.